Hi everyone! In the opening ceremony of 2008 Beijing Olympics, 896 boxes inscribed with Chinese characters gave a magnificent performance to introduce the Chinese language. The Chinese language is one of the most widely used languages in the world, boasting almost 1.4 billion native speakers and an estimated 2 billion speakers by 2020. The official language in China is called 普通话, also known as Mandarin Chinese. It is one of the 6 official languages of the United Nations. Dating back to thousands of years ago, the Chinese language is the oldest language still in use. It records the development of China and is a crystallization of the Chinese cultures. In the 21st century, as technology continues to connect the East and the West, more and more people are learning Chinese in order to engage effectively in their cooperation with Chinese people in politics, education, finance, business, medicine, and other fields. 67 countries have incorporated Chinese into their national educational systems. Chinese has been added to college entrance examination in Russia from 2019. And it is estimated that by 2020, there will be 4 million learners of Chinese in the United States.
性本善，性相近，喜相远，苟不教，性乃迁，教之动，谓以专，性蒙蒙，则灵处，则不学，断机杼。
Now, let's take a look at 10 facts that you should know about Chinese. Fact 1. The Chinese language is not just one language. We generally take Chinese to be synonymous with Mandarin, but Mandarin is only one of Chinese languages spoken in the country. China is a vast nation with 56 ethnic groups. The Chinese language itself is various, featuring countless local dialects. Mandarin Chinese belongs to the Sino-Tibetan language family and is the shared language of most Chinese people. If you intend to learn Chinese, it is most useful to learn Mandarin Chinese first. Fact 2. Chinese is the only pictographic language still in use. Reminiscent of hieroglyphics in ancient Egypt, Chinese is the only pictographic language still in use today. The Chinese language was developed using images. In the simplest form, they resemble the things and shapes in nature. This can be very helpful for people who learn Chinese for the first time. A common example is the character of 山. The 3 verticals of the character are meant to resemble the 3 peaks of a mountain ridge. Fact 3. Chinese is a tonal language. If you are a beginner to learn Chinese, the most difficult part may well be the tones. Since Chinese is a tonal language, the meaning of words can change dramatically based on the tone we use to pronounce them. For example, the syllable ma can have multiple different meanings depending on whether you speak it using the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth or neutral tone. Ma, 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 ma. Fact 4. There are the most similar sounding words in Chinese. Due to its unique sound system, there are countless similar sounding words in Chinese. This makes it difficult for non-native speakers to make a distinction between characters with similar sounds. There might be over 50 different Chinese characters corresponding to the same pronunciation. When you change the tones of the characters, they will become totally different characters with a different meaning.
下次你要吃什么？我要睡觉。你很累是不是？我不累，我肚子很饿。我想要吃睡觉。
Factor 5. The most complicated Chinese character. There are about 3,000 to 4,000 Chinese characters in common use in China. Can you guess which character is the most complicated one? First, take a look at the following words. Do you know what characters they are and how are they pronounced? Far more complicated than the above characters. Biang has a total of 57 strokes and is said to be the most complicated character. Biang is an unofficial character. The word occurs in the famous Shanxi biang biang noodle, biang biang mian. Biang is an onomatopoeia for the sound of noodles slapping against the chef's table. Not only does the number of strokes make us dizzy, biang needs to be written twice. Factor 6. Chinese is typed by turning syllables into characters. You may wonder how people in China type characters on a keyboard. No, there isn't a giant keyboard with thousands of keys representing different characters. Pinyin, the alphabetization of Mandarin, can be typed on any keyboard, and the software displays a long list of corresponding characters for each syllable. If you type 你好, and you will get the following options: 你好, 你好, 你好. And the first one is usually the most frequently used one. Fact 7. Chinese has thousands of 4-character idioms. There are many Chinese sayings, and the largest percentage have 4 characters. Horse, horse, tiger, tiger. 马马虎虎 is an idiom to show one's comment of an average level. Chinese idioms are very concise and always have a whole meaning, which is not the adding up of the meanings of the components. Fact 8. Chinese has no articles, verb inflections, or plurals. Articles, verb changes with tense and person, and plurals are not found where Chinese characters are used. It makes the language much easier to grasp, but sometimes will bring the problem of ambiguity. Fact 9. There are a large number of borrowed words in Chinese. The increasing exposure to Western culture has brought a large number of loanwords to Chinese. Many loanwords are from English. Some examples are 雷达 from radar, 波音 from Boeing, 咖啡 from coffee, 沙发 from sofa, 巧克力 from chocolate, and 香波 from shampoo. Some words are from French, such as ballet from ballet, 香槟 from champagne, 蒙太奇 from montagne. All these long words make the Chinese language more colorful and inclusive. Fact 10. Chinese calligraphy is the most unrecognizable writing. While many Westerners have a hard time recognizing the handwritings in different signatures, the Chinese have developed far more diversified of calligraphy styles. The flexibility of strokes in Chinese calligraphy in different styles make people stunned when seeing the beautiful and elegant writings and feel difficult to recognize the various artistic forms of Chinese characters. The Chinese language has undergone many changes and frustrations in the past thousands of years. However, the language has taken these all in stride and continued to grow. In the 21st century, Chinese is a fascinating and important language that cannot be ignored. Now, over 400,000 international students come to China for higher education every year. Now, there are many Chinese language competitions around the world to encourage learners to deepen their understanding of Chinese. The Chinese Bridge Speaking Competition is the most famous international Chinese language competition for non-native speakers. Chinese learners of any level can participate in the regional, national, or international competitions and make friends with learners from different parts of the world.
来自全球122个国家，157位选手纷至沓来，相约这场汉语的盛会。
Throughout the history of China, the Chinese language fulfills the role as three belts for the Chinese. First, the Chinese language is a belt of time to pass on the splendid Asian civilization to the present day. Second, the Chinese language is a belt of space to connect people who speak in the same language. Third, the Chinese language is a belt of communication, which enables us to be tolerant and willing to accept people from other cultures with a broad mind. That is the end of this lecture. See you in the next section.